I know, a surprise. It's a surprise. Yes, I am live, and I hope there'll be a few of you that would like to join me in my live stream. It's not going to be a long one. It is about 11 a.m., 11:13 a.m. on March 21st, Saturday. And I am off today, and I am going to go to the grocery store once today, and then I work Sunday and Monday. So everything is pretty much copacetic. I hope you get the notification so that you can come on in and keep me company while I decide to take an extra live and hope that, some cool people join me. Who is going to be that person? I don't know. The first person is, come on, don't be shy. Charlie. Surprise. Well, Charlie, welcome. How are you doing today? And hi, Doreen. Great to have you all join us. Join me and myself and my dog. She's in bed. She's hanging out, napping. Good morning, Megan. Good morning, Cindy. I'm sitting here with my bulletproof coffee, just, in a good mood. Not really dressed for the day. This is a house dress. Haven't been outside yet. Beautiful Titusville. Today it's beautiful here too, actually. Um, Sunny, definitely sunny with blue skies. I do plan on going out, but not at the moment. Let's see. Now I'm South Texas, really close to the Mexican border in the Rio Grande Valley. It's 82 degrees here. Yes. So you're doing some gardening. Beautiful. Today's high is 94, the low 66. And that's can't ask for much nicer. I mean, I wouldn't mind it being a little cooler, but we are in South Texas and this is spring. Yes. Uh, Trying to can't do it. Oh well. I have this voice. I use a lot of voice to like text when I'm on Second Life. If I'm like talking to people, I don't talk live to them. I'll text them, and I use that. I can't get the thing off my channel. Whoa. There, okay. Well, anyway, so anybody having any plans for Saturday or Sunday? I don't. I work on Sunday and Monday. Saturday, if I have to go to the grocery store before the weekend, my weekend starts Sunday. Actually, that doesn't make sense. But I don't like to leave the park when I'm on duty. John, happy Saturday. Right back at you. 73 degrees would make it really perfect. My favorite temperatures are like really it could be the 50s up to 90. But after that, no thanks. 35 degrees by in Michigan, Burr. Hi, Colette. Out for a walk. How healthy of you. I will be getting in my car. I'm going to go to HEB and pick up a couple things. Cold in Canada. I wish we had a longer winter here. I really do. We had a little short winter, and but before you know it, it's warming up into the 80s, and then it sneaks up into the 90s. And I don't mind in the spring because it does get cooler at night. But boy, once the summer's even close by, at night it's the same as the day. So I am feeling good, feeling fortunate that I feel as good as I did. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my hair. I think I'm gonna let it grow so that I can put it in a ponytail like that. Because I like my hair really short, but I also like to think I have some hair. I don't know. Maybe I should just do it all like brown, get almost all the gray gone. What do you guys think? Trying to figure it out. Be nice to get the perfect dresser. It's not cheap. Should be getting my new hair tomorrow. We'll see. And they're just exact same glasses, but it's in a pink and then a clear. So it's like that's what I'm picturing. So now, unfortunately, I bought two pairs of these glasses and my prescription's changed. So it'd be nice if I could just get new lenses, but it doesn't work that way. Mhm. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The next step would be some highlights, lowlights, and see just having the color if that does it for me for a while. And then I will put it in a ponytail as soon as I can. I can put it in a ponytail now, but the sides are so fluffy. And I just washed my hair, so I'm not gonna mess with it too much. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do when I go is get some color. Just I wanna feel a little refreshed, maybe. I can't afford the facelift. So next best thing, I guess, is hair. Oh, I just would love to get my eyes done, but I am a big chicken. I don't like going to the doctor. The nicest thing about one of these is that your coffee, or I guess cold, but I drink coffee, stays hot for hours. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of nothing, and I'm enjoying doing a lot of nothing. I'm sticking to my food plan. I did go off um, this week. I had burrito tacos delivered to my door, and they were the same place that I go to get them. They're a little better when you're served at the restaurant, but they're delicious. And there's about, well, depending on how they make the tortillas, that's the only carbs really that is the tortilla, the corn tortillas. I splurged because I just love the taste. And I'm thinking I could possibly make my own version of birria taco with brisket and just forget the flour tortilla. Just eat it. So what's going on? Anybody have any information for me that I didn't know, maybe? Or you know, I don't want to talk about sad stuff. Melinda Damon, welcome my channel. Welcome. I have been on. YouTube for 10 years. Wow. 10 years have gone by. I have a playlists from the very beginning, my artwork, where I came from, why I'm by myself in the so deep South Texas. It's crazy. Okay. Taco shell, use lettuce leaves. Let's see. Well, yeah, lettuce leaves. That would be more of a sandwich. I'm not sure, but you know what I was thinking? Instead of the taco shells, make those little waffles that you can. I have a little waffle maker, and I could do it with egg and mozzarella cheese, and it gets stiff enough to put the berry meat and cheese and dip it. Yeah, a lot of people use lettuce leaves, which is a good thing, like with bacon and tomato and mayo. Being, I'm on I call myself a ketovore. I wish I was totally carnivore, but I really was not able to just eat protein. I had to slide in some veggies, and I like to cook, with onion in my brisket and tomatoes, and I love Brussels sprouts. So that's all healthy. And that is the key there is just eating whole foods that are not processed, they're not prepackaged with a bunch of preservatives. So I really feel like I've been doing real good with that. Yeah, a burger with a lettuce and tomato. I've done that too. Not for a while though. When I use hamburger, I either make like a meatloaf out of hamburger or meatballs, or else I'll scramble eggs and hamburger. What I do. Hello there, Sheila. Sherbert. Sherbert. I don't know how to when I see your name, I don't know how to say it. Sheila, right? It is Sheila. People change their names and then I don't remember. I hope you all are feeling well. Sheila. Okay. Well, with the Sherbert, it stops me. I don't know what it is, but I know you're Sheila. Once my brain starts to click, I sure would like to make more members in my membership. I need to create some sort of flow um, with the income, or I'm not even going to be monetized. And that's why would I continue when it's this doesn't look good right now, You're supposed to make $100 a month minimum to get any money from Google on the 21st. And I just barely got over 100. And I am thinking that either people are not watching the videos or they're not going in helping me out in any way, So it's iffy. That's the name I remember, Sheila. Sheila Herbert. Okay, that makes sense. And nobody knows, from that name you can be any sex. Yep. I was talking to this man. Okay, so when I broke my phone, I had broken my S23 several months. I mean, it's got to be last summer, and it broke so bad that I couldn't start it. I couldn't, and there was no Verizon around here. So I went to T-Mobile, who T-Mobile already I have an account with my internet connection on my TV, and oh sure, they gave me a phone and a new plan. And I went for it because I didn't want to be without a phone for a minute. Well, Verizon's been trying to get the money from me for the phone I owed. I create videos every week. I have been creating a lot of videos. Do you know how much the shorts make me? 2 cents, a penny. Yeah. Under analytics, it shows you your shorts. 2 cents, a dollar, not even a dollar. So I'm doing the best that I can do. I really am. I mean, it's just the way it is. Well, I appreciate it because whoever's doing that is helping me to keep it, at least to keep that minimum. So anyway, I'm talking to, so I'm thinking, I know Verizon's gonna, I'm gonna, let me just explain my little Verizon story. So I know I have to pay Verizon because they're gonna mark my credit bad. And as it is, I'm just struggling to get my credit to a point where, if God forbid I needed to use it, I had it. So I've gotten a couple of emails, and it wasn't from directly Verizon. I guess they turned me over to collections. So this company writes me an email and regarding Verizon, and I definitely call them back. And I wind up, they wanted $390, which was more than I owed, but that was because I was late. So late charges are already adding on. That I owed $390 back to pay off the old phone that no longer works. And I'm like, and it took forever to get a live person. You talk to AI, and then AI, you start saying, give me a live person, and then you get a live person that's in the Philippines or in Asia. I don't even know. I think somewhere out there. And she was very kind, but you know, it wasn't helping. They could not help me. I wanted to either cancel completely, just I just wanted out. But anyway, I wound up talking to the third person, and I was like, what will you take $100? I can give you $100 to close the account. And, the phone's broken, and I didn't get even to use the phone. Well, I wound up, they settled for 200. So I paid the 200, and I got a receipt on the email and all that stuff. But it takes about 7 to 14 days to correct your late payment on your credit score. And so I said, okay, thank you very much. And then I get a bill on my house insurance here. I have an RV insurance, and it was costing me $55 a month to keep it insured. And I get a bill and it says $70. So I go, oh man, I'm on the phone again. I call up again. It took me about an hour to get to a live person that could actually do something. And I tell them, I'm not paying $70. Why? Well, your credit score, when they go through, it changed. There was a mark on it. I tell them what the mark is. The only thing that could be on there was Verizon. I paid them off, blah, 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 right? And he starts to try to help me. He's very nice. And he winds up helping me. My deduction went from $500 deductible if, God forbid, hail and storm hits and my house is ruined, to $1,000 deductible. But my monthly payment will be like $51. Everything else is the same. I said, okay. We start talking. And by the time I finished talking with him, he said to me, you are the most interesting person I've talked to in a long, long time. I mean, we really just started chatting. It was kind of worked out nice. I'm glad that I could make him feel good. I got what I needed done. I didn't have to fight and be mean or that never gets you anywhere. I'm good on the phone. That's why when people call and I can get them to reserve a space here because I can sell something that I believe in, you know. That's the way it is. You have to believe in what you sell, otherwise you can't sell it. Hi there, Juliet. How are you? So I usually have my bulletproof coffee then around noon, which is getting there. I start getting kind of hungry. And then I'll make breakfast, eggs, usually eggs, sausage, or pork belly, which I have some. Oh man. So what's going on with anybody? Anybody got any ideas, questions? Chihuahua mama. I'm a Chihuahua mama. My Chihuahua is sleeping in her bed. Hello there. Welcome. I'm just doing a live stream for the heck of it. I just felt like chatting and I did. I just started it up. I do ask if you want to keep me happy a little bit with doing this. A thumbs up would really be in order. I only have 11 thumbs up, so that doesn't sit right. Geezer, nothing's up. I'm just trying to do more online, talk to people more, try to get more out of YouTube financially, which is really not good. I don't know what happened. I guess I'm either not as likable as I used to be. I don't know, but it's the way I'm just enjoying myself. It's really a beautiful day. And I've got my old house dress on. It's comfy. I've got a fan on. The AC is on. How many people have the AC on? Not too many. So what's up with you, Mr. Geezer and Mrs. Geezer? Okay. Yeah. I am going to start. I am going to do something to help myself. Of course, I can't sit around and not create something. So I've decided when I get my next check, because I don't have the money right now, and I get paid in 10 days approximately. I'm going to order a dozen 100% cotton baseball caps, and I'm going to order a big box of Sharpies, and I'm going to start painting hats. Yeah. You know a lot of creators that you watch do a video on the same. I'm not a regular person. I don't like I don't want to have to do anything. As it is, I commit to Wednesday. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Geezer. Hi, Roar Lion. Okay, well, I'm gonna get some hats started. Sun visors and hats. I used to do them all the time. I mean, I've done all kinds. So I'm gonna start with Sharpies because they sort of kind of come out like tie-dyed and it's very summery. But I'm also gonna try to paint some hummingbirds and some cardinals and blue jays. Or I mean green jays. You're not sorry? Hey, things happen for a reason. There really is no mistakes. The AC's on in Bullhead City, Arizona. Starla, welcome. Yeah, it's warm here as usual. We get a very, like very quick winter. It was really nice. Then spring kind of hits real hard, but it goes away fast and it turns right into summer. So right now, it's a beautiful day, really. 81 degrees. Can't beat that. Tennessee's got the AC on. Yeah. Now there's a lot of warm places out here. Let's see what the week ahead looks like. I put that on it. It shows it's almost like the same every day. High is in the low 90s and then goes into the 60s. So pretty much sun, sun, sun. No rain. We really could use some rain. One thing nice about this time is I believe the cactus in my uh, sanctuary area are starting to bloom, and it really is beautiful. If it wasn't for my time with the birds in the bird sanctuary, I don't think I could stay here, truthfully. Hello, Nadia. Yeah, we've had some beautiful weather. We really have. And I wish it would stay. Last year, starting, I think it was April. Okay, you're not far. Last was it April? It started in May. It was hot. May, June, July, August, September, you get a little bit of a break from summer, and then October is usually pretty really nice. And then it's just a lovely winter. We're very lucky in the winter. Summer's it takes a certain kind of person to want to be here in the summer. Sherryland, how far is that from Palmview? And I'm thinking about how can I take a mini vacation? I haven't left I haven't left this RV park um for a long time. Like I can't remember the last time. The last time I went anywhere was to go back to Knox City to get my stuff, to move my stuff out of my apartment. And that's a long time ago. That's like 3 years. Everybody goes on vacations here, and I take over. I've watched this park by myself basically for at least 3 weeks. I don't know if it's restless. I just really would like a change of scenery. I'd like something fun to do, and it's got to be a certain thing. And I've got Lily, so I don't want to leave Lily with anybody. She's 13, and I take care of her. Yeah, that's Sherryland's 15 minutes away. Now, Nadia and I are neighbors. That is for sure. Linda. Yes, it's hot in California, a certain area. Sacramento Valley is a hot valley. That's like Rio Grande Valley is a hot area. Deb, how do lives make money on YouTube? Just through super chats? I've never done live on my channel. The truth is, of course, it's how many views you have, and they make it very difficult for anyone to understand exactly where the money comes. But there's analytics, and so the more views, comments, all that helps. But it's not really where the money comes from. I really believe the money is in the views. And not making much jewelry, no. Super chats really help, of course. Anything like that, because it's extra. So let's say I only make $120 on all my views, but maybe I get a couple of super chats. That brings it up. But I haven't lately yet. It's just the way it is. You can't make people do that. They just have to feel it. So Lorena, sorry, 100 degrees in Murrieta. Yeah, that's a hot area. I don't make jewelry right now because my eyes I had cataracts removed last year and I just don't see good close up. Now I'm getting new glasses and I sure hope that they are going to help with the close up work because I told them I can't do the beads are so, and I've done some beautiful work. I wore these yesterday. These are ones I made. Well, super chats, you only get 30, like, I think YouTube takes like 33%. Crazy. I'm about at least 100 miles from Padre Island. Thanks, Sheila. I've got some beautiful ones, I created. I mean, with my full heart. I have. I've sold hundreds of beads and paintings to my subscribers. I used to make good money. Not I didn't have the super chat problems or views because I would make something and show it and then somebody would buy it and I'd send it and that would be extra money. But ever since I had my cataracts removed, I just don't have good eyesight and I don't have a space that really needs to be set up for making crafts, beads, and painting. Here, this is it. I have a very tiny area besides with my monitor, and you know, I know I could if I felt better about my eyes, I probably could do it. No, I don't think they can take more than 33%. Okay, Google, how much percentage on a super chat in YouTube does YouTube take? Let's see.
YouTube takes 30% of super chat revenue, leaving creators with 70%.
30%.
However, this split happens after any applicable fees. For example, if a viewer sends a super chat via the YouTube app on an iPhone, Apple typically takes an additional 30% service fee first. In that case, the creator may only receive about 49% of the total amount. Would you like me to explain how super stickers or channel memberships work?
No. You can ask your phone anything, especially these days. Like, it's not the old Google. This is like AI. They give you whatever. I mean, I was looking at a medication that had an outdated. It was a lotion for like a dermatitis type stuff, and it's past the due date. And I just start talking to my phone and asking, and they know everything. I tell you what, we have, we're like walking genius right here. They do want to give you too much information. Small beads are tough. I rarely use small seed beads any longer. I use chain or leather, 5-inch bead. Yeah, that's a cool style to do. I've just done so many. I just do my beaded necklaces and I do earrings. I don't even have any earrings. Let me get my earrings. I'll pick out some I've made. Okay. All right, I've got these are Asabache black jet beads and hematite, and I make the ear wire, every part of it, all of the loops in gold. This is all crystals. These are beautiful beads. Have, I still have a lot, but Geezer, come back and visit often. Thank you for coming by. Here's another pair that I created. I love that bead. It's got like a heart, antique. Yeah, I think I need some sort of light system. I've got one thing I got that it just um it didn't work enough. And then as far as painting goes, I painted so many paintings and sold them all. I do like wire work myself, and I can understand your hands hurting. I don't do any more art shows either. I retired from it. I can't even tell you how many arts and crafts shows I've done and Renaissance festivals that for 9 years, and they would last 8 weeks. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. I'm trying to see what else I can show. Oh, I could show you some paintings that I made. Let's see. Let's see. Oops. It's way in the back of this. Yeah. My old phone had all of them. That's the way it went. On top of it, I lost my pictures. It sucks. Oh, yay. Thank you, John. Hi, Hippie Mimi. No, I had a few. These are some painted ones that I had a picture of. And that's just acrylic paint for boys. Here's this. I don't really have a lot to show you. This is one I did with the Sharpies. Oops. Would help if it was right side up. One of many. Yeah, I have a lot of pictures that I painted. They're not necessarily right on this computer because this was a new computer. I do have my old computer. Here's a picture of my Facebook pictures. I think it was like 2019. That's me and Kathy. I might have some in here. Ta-da! 2019. When I lived in the country, Knox City, Texas. Now, these are long ago. Oh, man. Okay. I knew I had some paintings. I painted all these. I do too. I like looking back. Here's a few more I did. There's a hummingbird. Whoa. And flowers. And then there's a picture. See that heart on the wall? That one was my subscriber friend, and he sent it to me to show it up, on the wall. It was so nice. Thanks, Linda. I used to write music and play guitar and sing for my living. That's how it started. And then I got into art as I aged. I didn't start painting till 2004. Here's some more. And my dog Rosie. Wait a minute. Why is it so hard for me to do this? All those paintings sold. I appreciate you letting me show, since I don't have a whole lot going on right now. And I think that's what's wrong with me is I don't use enough my creative talent. So There's a picture of some bracelets I made. Another painting. That's me. Oh, thank you, Sheila. So that's, I got memories. Now my Instagram shows all my paintings. If you go on Instagram, Harvey Debs Journey, you'll see a lot of pictures. Here's a picture of me and my husband. I don't know how it got in this book. Right there. That was Valentine's Day. There's Lily and Rosie. Friends. Oops. Really? Just let it go. Just let it go. Yeah, it's kind of funny to find um like I didn't start painting until 2004, and I only started painting because my cousin Maxine, she actually sent me for Christmas that year like drawing books and charcoal, and I think Kathy got me a couple of acrylic paint sets, and it came together. Next thing you know, I'm painting one after another. I like trying to paint different things too. Thank you, Lorena. I had a wonderful man. And the sad part is that, he didn't get to live. He passed at 64, and he was sick for a couple of years, but he had cancer, and he was one of the healthiest people. He was slim and trim. Yeah. Let's see what else I got here. He was the nicest man I've ever been with. Here's a picture of us on our first date. We were 50 when we met. So 50 is just the beginning of life. Here's a picture of him I thought looked pretty sexy. Of course, he's looking at me. Long, long time ago. This is me at the Renaissance Festival with him. He was visiting with our hair fancies. Anyway, that's enough. It's enough. I really thank you for coming in and, without being planning it. I can't plan much. I mean, I have to be here Sunday and Monday, and then if they call me and they need me, I need to be available here at the park. So, you know, that's about it. Everything else is pretty loosely based. I don't really make too many plans. I'll sing you a song I wrote. Doesn't sound as good as it used to, and it would have really helped had I continue to play my guitar, which I don't. Let's see. I'll just sing the song about Texas. I met my husband in Clearwater, Florida at a mall. I was walking the mall, losing weight with my best friend Kathy, and we were meeting some friends at the food court. And so we walked the mall for a while and then headed toward the food court in it's the Countryside Mall right in Clearwater. Although I think it's changed its name. I saw him from a distance. He saw me from a distance and smiled. I told Kathy as I'm walking, I said, "Look at that guy. Look at that silver-haired guy." She said, "Oh, he's nice looking." I said, "He's more than nice looking." And we continued to walk to the food court, got iced tea, sat down. He was a few tables away. It was kind of a bunch of people that knew each other. And I didn't know him, and he didn't know me. And before I knew it, stood up, came over to me, sat down, took my fingers, gave him a little kiss, and said, "Where have you been?" Yeah, people ask me that all the time. And that's how I met my husband. It, we met that day. He asked me out that night, and it was a thing. And then we got married 5 years later. It wasn't a rush. I'm going to sing a song for you. I'm just not good anymore, so it's hard for me to, you know, do this. But I wrote this song when I first got to Texas. I was living in this little tiny town called Knox City, and there's only about 1,200 people that live in the town. And the closest city, it was Abilene, if you wanted to go to, fast food or there was a Walmart, but it was 45 minutes away. And I am from LA originally, Los Angeles, and then Tampa Bay, big city area. So it goes like this. I'm living in a small town in Texas where people smile and get to know your name. I never thought I'd ever want to live like this, and now I'm living in a small town in Texas. On Friday, we all dine at Bud's place, where most everybody there. I even know the cop and the mayor too, and our waitress Angie's baby's really new, nearly due. Oh, I'm living in a small town in Texas, where people smile and get to know your name. I never thought I'd ever want to live like this, and now I'm living in a small town in Texas. We don't have a signal, just a blinking light. McDonald's is an hour drive away. My friends think I flipped out, and I'm here to say I flipped out in a small town in Texas. That's my Texas song. Ah, yeah. Hitting the 75-year-old mark. It's a little different in your life, you know? So if I lose a little more weight, you'll be able to see the bones in my clavicle. Thanks, Linda. I love to sing. When I first got out of Florida with my RV, I trucked out of Florida. I got to Alabama, which is the next state. And I was so happy to get out of Florida and I wanted to stop. I didn't care for pulling an RV on my truck. I just never felt good. So I stayed in Alabama 9 months. I just got stuck there. I wrote a song about Alabama. Would you like to hear that one? This one's called Yellow Moon Over Alabama, if I can remember it. It's been a while. Yellow moon over Alabama. Evening sweet scent is filling the air. Park my rig at the Hilltop RV Park in Alabama, sweet Alabama. Sun comes up and the sky is blue. Fields of cotton and wildflowers too in Alabama, sweet Alabama. Oh, what a joy it is to feel freedom. Spread your wings and be free. Oh, what a joy it was to feel freedom, and I feel free. Ooh, well, I didn't know that I would stay so long enough for me to write this song about Alabama, sweet Alabama. That's not an easy one for me to say. None of them are anymore. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed a couple of songs and a couple of pictures of my past and why I'm doing it. That's one thing I can do is remember songs. But can I remember, somebody's name or something? But I'm always enjoying music. I love music. That's why when I go on Second Life, you all know about Second Life, right? I spend a lot of time, at least a couple hours a night on Second Life. My boyfriend's name is Doug, and I met him on Second Life. He lives in Indiana, and we go in the evening and we listen to music. We go to listen to the blues. I love blues. We'll go listen to oldies and we'll dance in our avatars dance. Or we'll go to our house and we'll bowl a game or play a couple of different board games. And that's what I do. I'm so glad you were here, John. Doug's at work, but he only has 1 week left and then he's retiring. 1 week left. So this is the last Friday. And we've been celebrating. It's like it's going down to 1 week. He is free. Isn't that great? And he does come into my live streams, and we do know what we look like in real life. We're not just pretend. As far as our avatars are beautiful, of course. I can show you. That I can show you. Let's see. Hold on. And I've been with him about a year. Yeah. Oh, where is he? This is a picture of us. Yeah, we had fun. Everybody goes, "Are you going to meet him?" I hope so. This is I think we're at like 1 month anniversary. I'm a fun girl, even an old lady. I have to continue enjoying myself, doing things. I cook a lot. I have a picture of him, but I won't share it unless he lets me. Let's see. What do we got? I don't really take that many. Let's see. This is a picture. It's a yeah. Doesn't work. You know, on Second Life, a lot of the men look real young. They do. I mean, they like I look young. Um, but and I think Doug at one time had a younger looking avatar before I met him. I guess he decided to make himself look of age, his age. And I don't look at his avatar and go, that's who I love. I really like the man behind the avatar. He's a very gentle, kind man, and he's an animal lover, and he he's just a good guy, and I'm glad I do know him. Will we be together? Probably not. But then again, you never know. We do get along really well. We do. We're best friends. That's a picture of us together. And we like to match our clothes. I had yellow on. It is a man's world, but and if men rule the earth, thank you for coming in, Linda. But please make sure you have subscribed to my channel and think about becoming a member. I'd love to do a members only chat. But if men are the heads of the house, women are the neck. There's no men need women, women need men. I mean, it's just the way I believe God planned it. And there are a lot of offshoots from that. If it makes people happy, I don't care what they prefer, you know. I want to thank you all for coming in and spending the hour with me. I love you guys. You do keep me not feeling alone, and I share and I hear you. Um, if you haven't given me a thumbs up, please do. And thanks for watching. I will have a video out, and I'll see you on Wednesday. And I'm going to do live chats earlier because it works better for me between 4 and 5 Central Time. So that's 5 and 6 Eastern. We'll see how that works. See you later. Peace out. Find some joy.